Hello student, welcome to Anu's classes. Let's start today's video with another question paper of environmental education. This question paper is of 2020 and full marks is 40 and time duration is 2 hours. So first come to the first question. First question is carrying 5 marks and it is carrying 5 question and it's carrying 1 marks. So first question number 1, what is the name of the outer mantle of earth? So outer mantle of earth means outer layer of earth and the answer is lithosphere. Give an example of one lactic aquatic ecosystem. So what is lactic aquatic system and lentic? In my previous video I have discussed lactic means the flowing water system. So flowing water system, you have to write here one example only. So you can write the example of river. Suppose example of stream also comes under this. Since you have to write one example, so you write river. Mention one ethical use of biodiversity. The ethical use of biodiversity is that all organisms must be allowed to live in their own habitat. Next, which day is observed as World Environment Day? You all know that 5th June. Then write the full form of NDRF, National Disaster Response Force. Next, come to the second question, number B of first question, and it has 3 questions. It is carrying 1 marks. Means here you have to fill in the blanks. So first is the decade of action for road safety is started from, means which 10 year decade means 10 years. So which 10 years is celebrated as road safety? It is from 2021 to 2030, means it is going on. Next, uranium is an energy resources. What type of energy resources? Renewable or non-renewable? So uranium is a non-renewable energy resources. Frog is a level of consumer in an ecosystem. So frog comes under second type of level, because frog eat the butterfly. So butterfly eat the producer, means producer is the green plant is the producer. Then from the green plant, butterfly take their food. So butterfly is the first trophic level. Then butterfly is eaten by frog. That's why frog is the second consumer. Next, write short accounts on any 5. It is carrying 2 marks. First one is food web. What is food web? A food web is made up of interconnected food chain that show the relationships between organisms in an ecosystem. It means in an ecosystem there are lots of food chain, and when all the food chain combine or joined with one another, then it form a network-like structure which are known as food web. So the drawing I am showing you here. When you draw in the exam paper, no need to draw the diagram. You just write the name. Suppose here you can write grass. Here you can write grasshopper, mouse. So one food chain is look from grass. Grass is eaten by, sorry, just a minute. Yeah. So grass is eaten by grasshopper. Then grasshopper is eaten by both bird and frog. And bird is again eaten by snake. Frog is also eaten by snake. Then snake is eaten by hawk. Then so this is from grass, grasshopper, bird, snake, hawk. It is one food chain. Then grass, grasshopper, frog, snake, hawk. It is and also another second type of food chain. Then grass, grasshopper, frog, owl. It is also third type of food chain. Again grass is mouse, then mouse is by owl. This is fourth type of food chain. Then grass, mouse, hawk. It is fifth type of. Then grass, mouse, fox. It is sixth type of. Then grass, rabbit, fox. It is 7 type. Then grass, rabbit, hawk. It is 8 type. So like this, all the food chain present in an ecosystem, when combined or jointed with each other, they form a network-like structure which is known as food web. Next question, number in situ conservation. This is very important. In situ conservation is a conservation of living resources by maintaining them in their natural ecosystem in which they occur. Example, national park, sanctuaries, national reserve, reserve of biosphere, etc. It means here the organisms, both plant and animals, are conserved or protected in maintaining their own original habitat. Means they are trying to conserve them in their original habitat. Next, causes of threat of biodiversity. So some of the main threat to biodiversity are human activities and loss of habitat, deforestation, desertification, marine environment, increasing wildlife trade, and climatic changes. Source of air pollution. There are four main types of air pollution sources. First one is, mainly here I am writing three. That is, first one is mobile sources such as car, buses, plants, trucks and trains. Stationary sources such as power plants, oil refineries, industrial facilities and factories. Area sources such as agriculture areas, cities and wood burning, fireplaces, etc. Then conservational energy resources. The energy conservation is the decision and practice of using less energy, turning off the light when you leave the room, unplugging the appliances when they are not in use, walking instead of driving are all the example of energy conservation. So energy conservation means trying to use the less energy. Next question. International driving permit. An international driving permit, short form is IDP. Sometimes IDP is given and question is given that write the full form of IDP. Often referred to as an international driving license, is a translation of domestic driving license that allow the holder to drive a private motor vehicle in any country. Means it is the license which give permission a person to drive the country in any country. An IDP whose A6 size is the size of the ADP, sometimes asks, then you have to write this size, is slightly larger than the passport. Passport has a gray cover and white inside the pages. The outside and the inside of the front cover shall be printed in at least one of the national languages of the issuing state. Excuse me. So you take the screen, pause the video, and then you write the answers. Next, greenhouse gases. Earth's greenhouse gases trap heat in the atmosphere and warm the planet. The main greenhouse responsible for greenhouse effect include the carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and water vapor, which all occur naturally, and fluorinated gases, which are synthetic. So sometimes question may ask, what are the main four gases of greenhouse gases? Then you have to write carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and water vapor. Next question, define and distinguish any four, and each is carrying 3 marks, 2 plus 1, and as you have to write 4 answers, so multiply. So total, this question number 3 is carrying 12 marks. So first is atmosphere and biosphere. So the difference between atmosphere and biosphere is that atmosphere is the gases surrounding the earth or any astronomical body, while biosphere is the part of the earth and its atmosphere capable of life. Next, atmosphere is a narrow zone of the Earth's surface where that means the air, water, and land interact to support life. It composed of gases like nitrogen, oxygen, ozone, and carbon dioxide, and water vapor, whereas the biosphere comprises both biotic and abiotic factor. Atmosphere include means only the gases, air, water, land, like that component, and means abiotic component only, whereas biosphere comprises both biotic and abiotic component. Atmosphere is one of the component of the biosphere and is important for existence of life on the earth. It means atmosphere is a part of biosphere. The existence of life is confined to the biosphere only. Next question, consumer and decomposer. Consumer must obtain their nutrient and energy by eating other organism. Suppose frog is a consumer, means it get energy by eating the butterfly. So the animal who is get energy by eating another organism is called consumer. And decomposer break down the animal remains and wastes to get energy. Decomposer means the organism that get energy by decompose the body part of the other animal. For example, bacteria. Decomposers are essential for the stability and survival of an ecosystem. Next question, pollutant and pollution. Pollution is the addition of unwanted harmful substances in the atmosphere in the substantial amount over a considerable period of time. And pollution is the degradation of the quality of the atmosphere, means pollution. And next, pollutant are the substance which are unwanted and harmful, means pollution is the situation, means the situation where the means unwanted harmful substances is mixed and atmosphere is contaminated, then it is called, situation is called pollution, and the substance that make the pollution, that condition that is called pollutant. They make the environment polluted, and pollutant degrade the quality of the atmosphere. Then road marking and zebra crossing. The road marking are defined as the line, pattern, word, and other devices except sign set into applied or attached to the carriageways or crab or to object for controlling, warning, guiding, and informing the user. It means road marking are the different types of, it may be different types of lines, patterns, word, and other devices except sign, who is help the who is guide the users. And this is essential for the essential purpose of road marking is to guide and control the traffic on a highway. Then crosswalk arrow and zebra crossing means a crosswalk marked by a series of broad white strips to indicate crossing point at which pedestrians have the right to way. Next, global warming and climate change. Global warming refers to the rise in the global temperature due to mainly the increasing concentration of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, whereas climate change refers to the increasing changes in the measures of climate over a long period of time, including precipitation, temperature, and wind patterns. Next question, question number 4. Here you have to write any answer. Each question is carrying 5 marks. Then first is what are the water pollutant and describe them. The harmful substance, chemical, or this may be chemical or microorganism that contaminate water body is called water pollutant. The main water pollutant include what? Bacteria, virus, parasites, fertilizers, pesticides, etc. Lots of, and these are the list of major water pollutant and their sources: microorganisms, organic wastes, plant nutrient, heavy metals, sediment, pesticides, radioactive substance, and heat. These are the types of pollutant and these are the sources. Next question, describe about the importance of health in hygiene. So health and hygiene are two essential concepts when it comes to the human body. Health refers to the state of physical as well as mental well-being. Health also encompasses the social well-being of an individual. Health is not just about being fit, but also having the appropriate resources to live. Having a sound body, mind is an indication of good health. Then hygiene. Hygiene refers to maintain good health through the practice that focus on cleanliness. Good hygiene helps to prevent the spread of disease and illness. Hygiene and health go hand in hand. In today's world, where pollution levels are rising and numerous diseases emerging, good health and hygiene are a necessity. So if for 5 marks, you have to write everything. But if only 2 mark question come, then you just write the definitions. Next, write the role of student in disaster management. The basic role of student is awareness of what to do during and after the disaster. Students by nature have a great deal of courage and stamina to collect sense. Their combined efforts are very helpful to the society in case of dire need. Our educational system should include training programs to the student from school level to get them acquainted with the helping nature at times when voluntary and spontaneous approaches are essential for the sake of relief for afflicted person. A disaster is a calamity which affects the society to a great extent. It needs united effort to overcome the disaster. The disaster management is essential, where you play a vital role in teaching the situation as fast as possible. If students are properly trained, they can rush to the disaster spot and can help the disaster management team for quick rehabilitation and resettlement of the victim at time of flood, earthquake, and drought, etc. Because flood, earthquake, these are the types of disaster. They also can spread awareness to the precautions to be taken at the time of disaster. Next, write about the national conservation strategies, and these are the national conservation strategies. It is the primary document designed to encourage the sustainable development, conserve the natural resources, and improve efficiency in the use and management of the resources. It talks about the nature and dimension of the environmental problem, actions takes in response to a problem, and list out priorities and strategies for action. It also view development policies for environmental perspective and support policies and system required. So if 5 marks come, then you have to write all this. But if 2 marks come, then you just write the first paragraph for every question. So if you like my video, please share the video and subscribe the video. So when I am going to upload the next video, you get the notification. Okay, thank you.